Often when I do one of these Project Healing Waters episodes, it's with one individual. You know, I don't get the opportunity to be around 30 or 40 vets. You know, the unique thing about the Albacore Festival that Chris puts on is it's a perfect example of how the community can get involved in Project Healing Waters. You know, the tournament is based around all the fundamentals of Project Healing Waters. All the money's raised goes back to Project Healing Waters. There's not a better way we can give back to them than just give a little of our time. And that's what this is all about. A little bit of time that's well deserved by some of America's heroes.
So Rob is going to start out this morning with giving you guys a class with some tips on fighting these fish and casting these bigger rods, and then after that we'll have...
The unique thing about this event is the tournament itself is open to the public, but preceding the tournament there's a couple of days that they're called vet days, that all the fishing guides in the community get together, donate a day. They take these vets out on a fishing trip. They get to know them, they get to hear their stories, and more importantly, they get to hear how Project Healing Waters has made an impact on these individuals' lives.
Rob and I have known each other for a long time, became very good friends. I honestly can't remember how long ago it was, but you know, somewhere around 6, 8 years, I think. We hunted together for a long time in Texas at Rick Pope's ranch, long before he ever came down. And every time we would hunt together, I would talk to him about this thing and say, look, you need to come to the Cape Lookout Albacore Festival. You need to come. And when he came the very first time, he not only fell in love with the event, but he fell in love with the organization. And since then, he's done so much to bring awareness to what Project Healing Waters is all about, with the episodes that he's done on the SeaHunter and the different events that he's gone to. He's an awesome guy, and you know, I love him to death. He's one of my closest friends, but to see him do this for something that means so much to me, it's amazing.
Having met Chris Thompson through that one hunting trip, he basically set in motion the next years of my life, as long as I'm doing this, to be part of Project Healing Waters. He introduced me to the program. He showed me the successes of the program. And through Chris, I've gotten to meet many individuals and gotten more involved than I ever thought I would be. And he's the reason I'm here today, and he's the reason I will be here supporting Project Healing Waters from here on out. You know, Chris told me a few months ago when we were lining all this up that he had an individual picked out, a good buddy of his that served in the Marines, that's really stepped up and taken the Project Healing Waters program here to another level. He told me about Patrick, and I was, you know, you always have this foreclusion of what you think, you know, someone's going to be like. And I had no idea what Patrick really was going to be like. But after meeting Patrick, how would I classify him? A straightforward, good old badass American dude.
I grew up in Lee County, North Carolina, a little town called Sanford. It's a farming community. We lived on, you know, plenty of room to run around. There was plenty of ponds to go fish, or we did a lot of hunting, a lot of outdoor stuff.
You know, this guy served, did several tours, but now he's become part of this community. I mean, he grew up here, but when he came back after serving, he became a boat builder. He's now getting into photography. He's going to school for photography. But you can tell the guy has a deep passion for fishing. He loves it. It's in his heart. That'll be something he'll do for the rest of his life. He's done it since he's a little kid, and that'll continue. And it was a real joy to be with somebody. You know, I'm a pretty intense guy in the boat. When I go with vets, it's not about me. I don't care about catching fish. I want to see them enjoy their time out there. But it was cool to see somebody else that's pretty intense about it and takes it pretty serious. Another technique that's used around here to catch albacore and other species are these shrimp trawlers. Unlike other places that sometimes they only shrimp at night, they shrimp all night and all day here off the Carolina coast. And just like other places, they catch bycatch. And the fish have learned over the years to start following these boats, because at some point when they pull their nets, they're gonna start sweeping that bycatch off the back of the boat. And it's like a free buffet line for the fish.
There we go. Fish on.
Got him? Doubled up? Good job, boys. Got a nibble. Over the years, the sharks have learned this is also a great way to make a living. It's pretty chaotic because the boat's moving. There's a big wash coming off the back of the trawler. So you have to idle up basically right to the transom of this boat while these fish are in this giant frenzy, eating all this bycatch. While other boats are hooked up around you, you hook up, there's 30 other boats following the trawler. You got to maneuver your way through all these boats trying to not lose the fish on one of their lower units. It's intense as well. It's totally different than chasing the blitzes, but it's pretty exciting when you see all those fish on the surface crashing these baits.
Mine feels like it's off now.
Like it's off?
Yep. How about you quit messing around and catch that fish? I went with the long distance release so we didn't have to go through all this shit.
This better be a damn big shark to be taking this long.
I was trying to get out of your way, and he ate.
I was on.
I know, I was trying to get out of your way.
Oh, oh, I see different color.
Pull right, kind of set him up for that pull. Now kind of go start moving the rod tip left and up, left and up. That's it. I may let go. Look at that, bro. That's awesome. It's a nice fish. That fish is 150 pounds, probably 125, 150. Good fish on a fly rod. There he goes. Gone. Way to go, brother. That was awesome. Good job. Good job. Good boat driving.
Let's do it again.
You lost yours. We got to re-rig you, right?
Yeah.
I got out in 2014 and didn't know really what I wanted to do. So I came up here to Carteret Community College in Morehead City and did the Marine Propulsions program to become a marine mechanic. And then I figured out real quickly I didn't want to be a mechanic. So they had another program there, the Marine Manufacturing program, which was actually building boats. And I completed that program and then went to work with a boat builder here in Morehead City. I was working with the company and there was another guy in the Marine Corps about the same time that I was. And he was like, hey man, I hear you fish a little bit. And I was like, well, yeah, just a little bit. And he was like, have you done any fly fishing? I said, well, I've had a fly rod in my hand since I was 8 years old. He was like, well, cool, come check out this group called Project Healing Waters Fly Fishing. I was like, hey man, I don't do clubs, I don't do groups, you know, that's not my thing. And he said, no, you need to come check it out one time. So I came and checked it out one time and walked in and just met a bunch of guys just like me that I had been missing since I got out. And once you get out, you don't have that common hardship with just everyone. So showing up to Project Healing Waters, you really get that outlet that you've been missing and haven't even had time to think about.
I think one of the coolest aspects of fishing is it brings the little kid out of us. You know, it doesn't matter. Here you have these 3 big grown-ass men. Several have fought battles. I've been around the world fishing. And the minute those fish show up, the little kid comes out every time. It's just fun to be a part of that. It's fun to feel that adrenaline rush. It's fun to see the smile on somebody's face when they get hooked up. And of course, there's a lot of back and forth grab-assing going on, you know, busting each other's chops. That's all part of the deal. It's all part of the fun.
There he is. There he is. There he is.
You get him?
Yeah.
Good job, brother.
Let's get a double on.
These false albacore are built for speed. The colors are amazing. They look like they're airbrushed. Their fins just disappear into the body. I mean, they are like one of the most efficient, powerful swimming fish ever built in the ocean. All the tuna fish are that way, but these albacore are special. You know, they're up for seconds blasting these baits on the surface. You make a cast, it doesn't work out, the fish go down, not to be seen again. They show up behind you. They show up to the left. They show up to the right. It's all this in and out of gear. Run over there fast before the other boats get there. Pull it back. You ran over them. Next school. It's like that all day long. Just when you see them, there's like an adrenaline rush.
Right here short.
Yeah, I just cast it long. There we go. There we go. You want to step around me?
Yeah.
I'll go inside here. Coming to
There
you
he
here.
comes. They're beautiful, ain't they?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, one more.
Now you ready?
I'm ready. I don't know if he is.
There we go. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Because of my interest in fishing my entire life, I wanted to be a fisherman. That's what I wanted to do. I kind of figured out what I wanted to do as far as guiding. And a couple years later, after working toward that goal, I found out I wasn't going to be able to reach that because of a type of seizure that I have. It's a focal motor seizure. I have transitioned into that role that I like seeing other people catch fish. That first, and seeing those guys, especially in Project Healing Waters, helping those guys. It don't matter if it's a 10-inch brook trout or a 6-foot shark. Like, these guys are pumped about it.
This part of North Carolina is actually very unique to the eastern side of the United States in the fact that you have the Cape Lookout National Seashore, you have the Shackleford Banks, these horses that have been there for hundreds of years, brought here by Spaniards. The sand dunes look the same now as they did hundreds of years ago when the first men set foot here. It's unique also in the fact that the people that live here, the locals, seem to have kind of a laid-back attitude. They're laid back, but at the same time, they really love this place. They love what it stands for. They love the history here. This is a huge fishing community. One of the biggest marlin tournaments, the Big Rock Marlin Shootout, is held here every year. Boats from all over the world show up to compete in that thing. Millions of dollars are bet to see who wins. There's a huge history in not only big game fishing, but shallow water fishing. You have this unique laid-back community, and then you have all this seashore that's pretty much been untouched by man over hundreds of years.
Fishing with Rob's just like when I'm fishing with my brothers. You know, you're picking on each other and making fun of how each other's casting and giving you a hard time when you don't catch fish, but it's really awesome.
There you go. Good job, bro. If you didn't get bit there, I was gonna go around me. I'm trying, bro. My arms aren't as long as yours.
Well, taking over the Albacore Festival was probably the most rewarding thing that I've done with Project Healing Waters. I started with Project Healing Waters about 11 years ago, back in 2008, and really had no idea what it was when I went out to the first event at the Rose River Farm in Virginia, and immediately just found this bond with the people who ran the organization and the volunteers that helped make it happen, watching, you know, fellow veterans, people who far worse off than I am, you know, guys that lost both their legs that never thought they'd be able to hunt or fish or do anything outdoors again, and seeing Project Healing Waters get them on the water and show them that they still could fish and learn how to tie flies, and watch guys who were just completely depressed and going nowhere find this new home, this place where they could be around people that they felt like they belonged. We were able to do this one event, one time a year, where we have close to 40 Project Healing Waters participants from all over the Southeast region. We've had guys from Alabama and Georgia and Florida, and they all come here. And it's just the most humbling and rewarding experience to see the community of people here come together to make this happen. You know, we had, I believe, 22 boat captains yesterday that volunteered their boats and their time to take vets out on the water. And we generate some revenue that we give back to Project Healing Waters afterwards too. And it's just an amazing feeling to see all of that come together and support an organization that holds such a special place to me in my heart.
It actually feels like a circle back in time for me this week, being able to take Chris out on the boat and go fishing again. The very first episode I ever did of the SeaHunter series was with Chris Thompson. I took Chris fishing kind of as a thank you for his service and what he did for this country, and to shed light on Project Healing Waters. And here I am 5 years later, coming back to fish with Chris at an event that he now runs that also is for Project Healing Waters. So it's almost like old home week, so I'm not at home. I'm seeing old friends, just getting to spend time with them.
Everybody's had their clubs during different generations, you know, the Elks clubs, the Legion, the VFW, everybody's had their outlet that they can go to come back and find a group of guys that they can be around. And Project Killing Waters just happened to be mine that I stumbled into and was able to be a part of.